It appears out of nowhere. No radar can see it. No warning is given. And by the time you hear it, it's already gone. This is not a plane. This is a ghost in the sky. And its name is the B-2 Spirit, the world's most advanced and terrifying stealth bomber, capable of launching nuclear destruction, yet invisible to the very systems designed to stop it. A machine so expensive, it costs more than a small country's defense budget. A marvel of engineering that whispers through the air and disappears without a trace. Welcome to the untold story of the B-2. This is not just an aircraft. This is strategic invisibility. Its journey began in the depths of secrecy during the Cold War, an era of paranoia, power, and preparation for the unthinkable. America knew one thing. If World War III broke out, they needed a plane that could fly into the Soviet Union undetected and strike deep into the enemy's heart. The answer wasn't just speed. It was stealth. In 1979, under top-secret programs, a bold idea emerged. A flying wing, no tail, no vertical stabilizers, just a sleek black triangle. Cutting through the skies, it looked alien, it felt impossible, but it worked. Engineers from Northrop Grumman took inspiration from World War II's flying wing designs and infused them with 21st century tech. The goal: make the bomber so stealthy it would become invisible to enemy radar. On a quiet morning in 1989, the world changed. The first B-2 took to the skies like a bat from the shadows. Its radar cross-section, the size of a pigeon. Think about that. A 172-foot wingspan. Yet radar sees it as a bird, but with great power came a great price. Each B-2 bomber cost over $2 billion. That's right, $2 billion for one aircraft. Why? Because everything about the B-2 is cutting edge. Radar-absorbent skin, classified electronic countermeasures, advanced fly-by-wire system, nuclear and conventional bomb payloads. It doesn't just avoid radar, it fools it, and while you're searching for it, it's already delivered the strike and returned home. You may think the B-2 is just a nuclear threat, but know this bomber has seen real combat. In 1999, during the Kosovo War, it flew nonstop from Missouri to Serbia, dropped precision bombs, and returned without a scratch in Iraq and Afghanistan. It struck hardened targets with pinpoint accuracy, often launching from U.S. soil and flying 33-hour missions round trip. That's global reach. Without ever needing a foreign base, its weapons bay opens in silence. No warning, no sound, just a flash of light as the bombs fall, and then darkness. The enemy doesn't know what hit them. This isn't just a bomber. This is a specter of destruction. So why were only 21 B-2s ever made? Simple, they're insanely expensive. They're difficult to maintain. And they're so secret. Not even the president gets a full tour. These bombers don't just fly with steel and circuits. They fly with classified software, with black budget electronics. Even the paint is a military secret. You don't just build a B-2. You craft it layer by layer, like a stealth puzzle. But what if I told you the B-2 was almost never made? That it nearly died in Congress before it was ever born? Stay with us, because the real battle behind the B-2 was fought not in the skies, but in Washington, D.C. It's the late 1980s. The Cold War is nearing its end. Budgets are tight, and America's politicians are asking one question: why should we spend billions on a bomber if the Soviet Union is collapsing? The B-2, still under wraps, becomes a political target. Critics call it a flying boondoggle, a money pit, a ghost we can't afford. But the Pentagon defends it with fire. This isn't just a bomber. It's a guarantee of victory, even in the worst-case scenario. Behind closed doors, military strategists show classified data, proving that without the B-2, America's nuclear try would be incomplete. The debate turns fierce. Some senators demand cancellation. Others demand more B-2s. At one point, the Air Force planned 132 units, but in the end, budget constraints and political pressure slashed that number to 21. Just 21 aircraft to represent the future of strategic bombing. What makes the B-2 so costly isn't just the build, it's the maintenance. Every inch of its radar-absorbent skin must be kept pristine. After every mission, It's scrubbed down like a Formula One car, polished, recoated, inspected, because even a scratch can compromise stealth technicians wear gloves. No tools touch the body directly. It's not just maintenance. It's ritual. You don't maintain the B-2. You worship it, step inside the cockpit, and you'll find something surprising. It doesn't look futuristic. No holograms, no flashing colors. Just analog gauges, simple screens, and you'll find something surprising. It doesn't look futuristic. No holograms, no flashing colors. Just analog gauges, simple screens, and silence, because stealth isn't about flair. It's about function. The pilot's highly trained, highly secret. They aren't just flying a machine. They're navigating the most advanced strike platform ever created. A plane that doesn't roar. It whispers, and whispers. Our deadly only one base on Earth operates the B-2, Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, home to the 509 Bomb Wing, the descendants of the unit that dropped the first atomic bomb in World War II. This isn't a coincidence. The B-2's primary role is nuclear delivery, and these pilots don't just train for war. They train for doomsday in secret bunkers. The Spirit crews rehearse a nightmare. World War III. Satellites blind. Communications jammed. The enemy defenses, alert and hunting. The order comes in. Launch the B-2. Within hours, the bomber's airborne, refueled midair, flies low, below radar, crosses oceans, and then drops a gravity bomb with surgical precision. Mission complete. And no one ever saw it coming. In a world of fifth-gen fighters and hypersonic missiles, you may wonder, is the B-2 still relevant? The answer is yes, because unlike fighters, the B-2 flies unopposed, no escort, no swarm, just pure penetration power. Its stealth still baffles even modern radar systems. In fact, many countries, including China and Russia, still struggle to match its capabilities. And its payload? Devastating. 40,000 pounds of precision-guided bombs, or thermonuclear weapons, but nothing lasts forever. The B-2's reign is slowly nearing its end. Rising costs, aging parts, even ghosts wear out. Enter its successor, the B-21 Raider, sleeker, cheaper, designed with lessons learned from the B-2, but make no mistake, the B-21 may be next. But the B-2 is still king of the skies, because until the Raider fully arrives, America still counts on the Spirit. The world has changed. The threats are new, but the mission remains the same. Strike, deep strike, first strike, unseen. The B-2 doesn't drop bombs. It drops warnings. It tells the world. You may build defenses. You may hide behind radar and walls, but we will reach you. That's not just power. That's deterrence through invisibility. Imagine this. A country prepares for war. Missile systems are activated. Radar stations online. Fighters scrambled. They're ready. They think they can see everything. And yet they never see what's coming. Because 50,000 feet above, slicing through the clouds, is a black triangle. Silent, cold, precise. And when the moment comes, the payload is dropped. Within seconds, the target is destroyed. By the time anyone even reacts, the B-2 is already on its way home. During Operation Allied Force in 1999, the B-2 conducted the first ever combat mission for stealth bombers. It struck heavily fortified Serbian positions with absolute precision, flying nonstop for 30-plus hours from Whiteman Air Force Base. No midpoint base, no support aircraft. Just the B-2 and the mission. It was one of the most sophisticated bombing operations in history. Not a single B-2 was hit. Enemy radar scanned furiously, but all they saw was nothing. The Spirit is designed to carry the deadliest munitions on Earth. GPS-guided dams, GBU-57 bunker busters, nuclear gravity bombs like the B-61 and B-83. And it does so while being completely invisible to radar. It can hit targets thousands of miles away without being seen or heard or intercepted. Think about it, a warplane that tells its enemy nothing. Not when it launched, not what it's carrying. Only this impact, but behind every spirit, are the men and women who serve in silence, the pilots who train for missions that may never come, the ground crew who spend hours inspecting every scene, the strategists who plan what targets would matter most. In a worst-case scenario, this isn't just hardware. It's a living symbol of readiness. And it's flown by people who know, if they're ever called upon, it's because the world has already failed. The B-2 doesn't start wars. It's built to end them. There are still things we don't know. The B-2's full capabilities are classified. Its full range of stealth systems, countermeasures, and electronic warfare tools remain behind lock vaults. And that's intentional. Because the less the world knows about how the B-2 works, the more powerful it remains. Invisibility isn't just physical. It's psychological. Every B-2 has a name. Spirit of America. Spirit of Indiana. Spirit of New York. Spirit of Kansas. Spirit of Georgia. They don't just represent technology. They represent people. Unity's strength, resolve. These aircraft are a flying reminder that while peace is our goal, readiness is our shield. As the B-21 Raider prepares to take its place, the B-2's legacy becomes more powerful than ever. It has shaped modern warfare, influenced generations of engineers, and redefined what a bomber can be. The world now builds with stealth in mind, because once the B-2 entered the skies, there was no going back. The ghost was out, and the world could no longer sleep easy. One day, the last B-2 will fly its final mission. It will land. The engines will shut down, and silence will follow. But its story will never fade, because the B-2 spirit isn't just a bomber. It's a warning written in silence, a symbol that true power doesn't shout. It whispers, and by the time you hear it, it's already too late. If you love fighter jets, then like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.